So, let's start on our second sauce because I don't want this video to be 6 hours long. Second sauce is raspberry sauce. Basically, raspberry sauce, all we're going to do is we're going to make a simple syrup with sugar and water, add raspberries, cook it down, and then put it through a sieve. Pretty simple, right? So, for our raspberry sauce, in here is 1/4 cup of water. This is 1 cup, or 1/2 cup of sugar. And all we're going to do is we're going to pour it in and dissolve it down. I like to use a rubber spatula a lot of times when I'm doing candies like this because it doesn't stick, which is great. Now, I'm going to show you my cheat. Fresh raspberries, can't always get them. And sometimes the quality is questionable, like they're too ripe, they're underripe. And fresh is great, you can use fresh. I, on the other hand, year-round, especially in the middle of the winter, like frozen. So, to this mixture that is getting warm, I'm going to add 12 ounces, which is a standard bag at most grocery stores, of summertime raspberries. And in we go. Simple, right? Eek. Raspberries are kind of messy because they do get everywhere. Now, I'm sure people are going to ask about volume for this, so I'll tell you the volume. Interesting thing about sauces like this is really the ratio. It really has less to do with, oh, I used 1 cup or 2 cups, and more to do with it's 2 to 1. So for these kind of sauces that are fruit-based, and you can do this with strawberries, blueberries, pretty much anything you want. Peaches, if you really want to make peach sauce, you certainly could. It is 2 parts sugar to 1 part water to 12 ounces of fruit. Now, if you like something really, really sweet, you may want to go 3 to 1. But I like going a little bit less sugar on raspberry because you want that tart flavor. Especially for me, with this chocolate cake, the chocolate cake's going to be super sweet. So you need something to break that flavor up. And we're going to stir. And for the record, yes, I did thaw these on the counter for about 30-45 minutes before we started this process. And you can smell the raspberry. Now, if you feel really, really so inclined, leave that way. If you feel really, really so inclined, people are putting now savory spices in their raspberry. I have seen raspberry rosemary. I have seen raspberry tarragon. I've seen all kinds of fun stuff. Feel free to experiment. Adding that herb will not change your proportions one bit. Some people use fresh, some people use dry. I'm sticking with the classics. Why? Well, because I want classic this time around. If I felt experimental, maybe I'd put a little bit of something else in there. But for now, you don't even need salt in these. What you'll find is the tartness of the raspberry takes care of it all by themselves. So we're going to bring this up to a boil. Funny enough, I'm not a raspberry fan. So cooking this, not my favorite thing. Yeah, it's steaming and bubbling, so sorry if the shots are a little obscured by steam, but that's what happens when we cook. So I've got this now turned the flame down to about medium-high because you want it to bubble. So you want it to break the surface, but you definitely don't want it to stick because of all that sugar. So, but it's going to cook down. All right, and we have cooked it down another 2 minutes or so, so probably total cooking time about 4 minutes. And see how we're thick, we're glossy, we're steaming, we've been bubbling. When you feel this, you will not feel any resistance on the bottom of the pan, meaning your sugar hasn't scorched, which is awesome. Now, step next. Sorry, camera 1, or camera 2. Now we're going to take this, and we're going to pour it into a sieve. Now this is just a simple strainer. Nothing interesting about it. It's a double strainer that you get from Home Goods, Kmart, Walmart, and they're very inexpensive. This one's great. I've had it forever. You can tell the handle's wobbly. I've just got it sitting over a bowl. And what we're going to do is we're going to pass it through a strainer. Now, why are we doing this? Well, nobody likes seeds. So, you scrape it all out. And then, you just kind of gently push it through your strainer. And you can hear it hitting. I'm going to look at the top, see? You have this lovely sauce that has emerged. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple tricks while I do this. If you get to the stage, when you strain, you're not happy with the consistency of your sauce, there's a trick. Add sugar. Put back on heat. It's that simple. really. The sugar will thicken your sauce. Now, if you don't feel like reheating and you have all this stuff, or you feel like it's too sweet but still isn't thick enough, you can add a little bit of cornstarch. And I like to start with about a tablespoon of cornstarch dissolved in a tablespoon of water. Now, I'm probably not going to do this for this one, to be blunt with you, because I want kind of a looser sauce, because this is actually going to be drizzled over pieces of cake on a plate. So, that's where we end up. And this is what's left behind. This nice, thin kind of raspberry sauce that you can use. Now, this is hot still, and as it cools, it will thicken. So, then it's really great to just drizzle onto things. And that's really how you do it. It's that simple. So, 2 sauces, 20 minutes. You can have an ice cream sundae bar with it. You can have Cake Fest. You can make about anything you want. Really great for cheesecakes. Anyway, this is Andy, Saucy Rebel, signing off. Just as a little, P.S. This is the yield on the raspberry sauce. Yes, this is a honey bear. Yes, these are great for being able to pour sauces out of. And this is the yield on the caramel sauce. Notice it's not quite as much, but it's thicker and heavier. So, thought y'all should know. Have a great afternoon, y'all.